In our daily lives, we often find ourselves making quick judgments about others based on their appearance, words, or actions. It is easy to assume that someone is kind, trustworthy, or intelligent just by observing them briefly. However, as time passes, we may realize that our initial impressions were incorrect. Someone who seemed friendly might turn out to be dishonest, while another person who appeared distant might actually have a kind heart. This tendency to judge people hastily can lead to misunderstandings and even missed opportunities for meaningful connections. According to Buddhist teachings, true understanding of a person's character requires patience, deep observation, and wisdom. In the Anguttara Nikaya, the Buddha explains that we cannot judge someone simply by their outward behavior. Instead, we must observe them over a long period of time, pay close attention to their actions in different situations, and engage in meaningful conversations. Only then can we truly understand their morality, integrity, patience, and wisdom. Unlike animals who openly display their strengths and weaknesses, humans often hide their flaws and present only their best selves to the world. This makes it even more challenging to assess someone's true nature. The Buddha teaches that wise people do not rush to conclusions, but take the time to carefully understand others before forming judgments. In this article, we will explore the Buddha's guidance on how to evaluate a person's character, the key qualities to observe, and the importance of patience and wisdom in forming accurate impressions. By applying these teachings, we can develop deeper, more meaningful relationships and cultivate a mindset of understanding rather than judgment. 2. What did the Buddha teach about understanding a person's character? The Buddha's teachings emphasize that truly understanding a person's character requires time, patience, and careful observation. In the Anguttara Nikaya, the Buddha explains that people cannot be judged accurately based on a single encounter or a short period of time. Instead, their true nature is revealed only through consistent interactions, close attention to their behavior, and wisdom in assessing their actions. He describes 4 key aspects of a person's character that should be carefully observed: virtue, integrity, patience, and wisdom. 1. Understanding a person's virtue, morality, and ethics. One of the first indicators of a person's character is their virtue, which refers to their moral and ethical conduct. The Buddha teaches that a person's virtue cannot be determined simply by their words or surface-level actions. Instead, it takes prolonged observation and close attention to understand their true moral nature. Someone might appear kind and righteous in public, but act dishonestly in private. Conversely, a reserved person may have a deeply compassionate and ethical heart. This is why the Buddha advises against making quick judgments about someone's morality based on limited interactions. 2. Recognizing integrity, honesty, and trustworthiness. A person's integrity is another crucial aspect that takes time to evaluate. The Buddha explains that honesty and trustworthiness are not always apparent in casual interactions. To truly know whether someone is reliable, one must observe their actions over time, especially in situations where they face temptations or challenges. A person who consistently keeps their word, behaves truthfully even when no one is watching, and maintains their principles despite difficulties is someone with genuine integrity. The Buddha teaches that integrity is best assessed through direct dealings with a person, by working with them, making agreements, and observing whether they stay true to their commitments. 3. Assessing patience and resilience during difficult times. The Buddha teaches that a person's patience and resilience are most clearly revealed during moments of hardship. Anyone can appear calm and kind when life is easy, but true character emerges when they face adversity. A person who remains composed, does not react with anger or frustration, and continues to act with wisdom and compassion even in the face of difficulties, has cultivated true patience. On the other hand, those who quickly lose their temper, blame others, or act selfishly during tough times may lack inner stability. The Buddha reminds us that patience is not just about enduring hardship, but about maintaining a peaceful mind in challenging situations. 4. Measuring wisdom through meaningful conversation. Wisdom is another fundamental quality that requires time to assess. The Buddha teaches that a person's wisdom is best understood through deep and meaningful conversations. Superficial talk may not reveal much, but discussions about life, morality, and the nature of the mind can show whether a person has deep insight or simply speaks with borrowed knowledge. A truly wise person does not just repeat teachings, but understands and applies them in their action. The Buddha advises paying close attention to how a person thinks, speaks, and acts in different situations to determine the depth of their wisdom. By observing these 4 aspects, virtue, integrity, patience, and wisdom, over an extended period, we can develop a clearer and more accurate understanding of a person's true character. The Buddha's teachings encourage us to approach people with patience and discernment, rather than making hasty assumptions based on first impressions. 3. Why are humans so difficult to understand? One of the fundamental challenges in judging a person's character is that human nature is complex and often hidden beneath layers of behavior, emotions, and social conditioning. Unlike animals, which openly express their instincts and emotions, humans tend to conceal their weaknesses and present only their best qualities to the world. This makes it difficult to truly understand a person's character, as what we see on the surface may not always reflect their true nature. The Buddha recognized this challenge and explained why humans are often difficult to understand. 1. People hide their weaknesses. The Buddha teaches that one of the main reasons humans are difficult to judge is that they naturally hide their flaws. Unlike animals that openly display their fears, strengths, and weaknesses, people are conditioned by society to show only their most favorable traits while suppressing their imperfections. For example, someone may appear kind and gentle in public, but may struggle with anger or dishonesty in private. Others may present themselves as confident and successful, while secretly battling insecurity and self-doubt. Because of this, judging a person too quickly based on their outward behavior can lead to misinterpretation. 2. First impressions are often deceptive. Many people form opinions about others within moments of meeting them, but these first impressions can be misleading. A person's outward demeanor, clothing, or social status does not necessarily reflect their true character. Someone who appears friendly and approachable may not always be trustworthy, while another who seems reserved or distant may actually be kind and compassionate. The Buddha warns against forming opinions too quickly and advises people to observe others over a long period of time before making judgments. Only through repeated interactions and careful observation can we begin to understand a person's true nature. 3. People change depending on the situation. Another reason why humans are difficult to understand is that their behavior often changes based on circumstances. A person may act differently when they are happy, stressed, or facing adversity. The way they treat friends may be different from how they interact with strangers or colleagues. Some individuals may be generous when they are financially stable, but become selfish when they experience hardship. The Buddha teaches that observing how a person behaves in different situations is essential to truly understanding their character. 4. Words and actions do not always align. A significant challenge in judging character is that people's words and actions are not always aligned. Some individuals may speak beautifully about morality and kindness, but fail to practice these values in their daily lives. Others may promise loyalty and honesty, but act dishonestly when given the opportunity. The Buddha advises that instead of believing in someone's words alone, we must carefully observe their actions over time. A person's consistent behavior, especially when they are not being watched or judged, reveals their true character more than their words. 5. True character is revealed in difficult times. The Buddha explains that a person's true nature is often hidden until they face hardship. During challenging times, people either reveal their patience, wisdom, and strength, or expose their anger, greed, and selfishness. This is why the Buddha emphasizes that we should not judge someone based on how they act when things are going well, but rather how they respond to difficulties and obstacles. Those who remain calm, compassionate, and ethical during adversity have developed true inner strength, while those who react with negativity may not be as virtuous as they seem. Conclusion: understanding a person's character is not an easy task, as humans are complex, ever-changing, and often conceal their true nature. The Buddha teaches that we must be patient, observant, and wise when forming opinions about others. Instead of judging people based on superficial traits, we should take time to observe how they behave in various situations, whether their words align with their actions, and how they handle adversity. By doing so, we can develop a more accurate and compassionate understanding of the people around us. 4. How to judge a person correctly. Since humans are complex and often hide their true nature, the Buddha teaches that we must be patient, observant, and wise when trying to understand someone's character. Instead of making quick judgments, we should take time to observe their behavior in different situations, assess their consistency, and engage in meaningful conversations. Here are some key principles from Buddhist teachings that can help us judge a person correctly. 1. Do not judge based on first impressions. One of the biggest mistakes people make is forming opinions based on first impressions. While it is natural to make quick judgments, the Buddha reminds us that appearances can be misleading. A person may dress well and speak politely, but lack honesty and compassion. Another may seem reserved or distant, but have a kind and generous heart. Instead of relying on surface-level impressions, the Buddha advises us to be patient and allow time to reveal a person's true nature. 2. Observe their behavior in different situations. A person's character is not defined by how they act in one moment, but by how they behave consistently over time. The Buddha teaches that we must observe how someone reacts in different circumstances. When they are happy, stressed, or facing adversity, do they remain kind and ethical even when things are difficult? Or do they only behave well when everything is going their way? True character is revealed when people encounter challenges, conflicts, and temptations. By paying attention to their behavior across various situations, we gain a more accurate understanding of who they really are. 3. Engage in deep and meaningful conversation. The Buddha teaches that a person's wisdom is reflected in their words and thoughts. Engaging in meaningful discussions about life, morality, and personal growth can help reveal a person's level of understanding. A wise person does not simply repeat what they have heard, but speaks with insight and clarity. They express thoughts that are based on experience, reflection, and true wisdom. By having deep conversations and asking thoughtful questions, we can learn whether someone possesses true knowledge or only superficial understanding. 4. See if their words align with their actions. Many people say the right things but do not live by their own words. The Buddha warns us to be cautious of those who speak beautifully about morality, kindness, or loyalty, but fail to practice these values in their daily lives. True character is not measured by what a person says, but by how they act. Do they follow through on their commitments? Do they treat others with kindness when no one is watching? Observing whether their words align with their actions can help us determine whether they are genuine or merely putting on a facade. 5. Do not trust or reject someone too quickly. The Buddha teaches that we should neither place blind trust in someone too quickly nor dismiss them without reason. Trust should be built gradually based on observation, experience, and consistency. Likewise, if someone makes a mistake, we should not rush to reject them, as people can change and grow. A wise person is careful in their judgments, allowing time to fully understand someone before forming a strong opinion. Conclusion: judging a person's character requires patience, wisdom, and careful observation. The Buddha teaches that instead of making quick assumptions, we should take time to observe people in different situations, engage in meaningful conversations, and see whether their actions align with their words. By applying these principles, we can form more accurate judgments, build stronger relationships, and cultivate a mindset of understanding rather than prejudice. Understanding a person's character is a slow and thoughtful process. The Buddha teaches that instead of making quick judgments, we should take the time to observe people carefully, paying attention to their actions in different situations, their consistency, and how they treat others when no one is watching. True character is not revealed through words or appearances, but through long-term behavior, resilience in adversity, and wisdom in action. By practicing patience, mindfulness, and discernment, we can form deeper and more meaningful connections with those around us. Judging someone too quickly can lead to misunderstandings, while taking the time to understand them can bring wisdom and compassion into our lives. The Buddha reminds us that we all have strengths and weaknesses, and no one is perfect. Just as we wish for others to understand us beyond our flaws, we should also extend the same patience and understanding to others. Instead of separating ourselves through judgment, we can grow together through understanding. As we conclude, I encourage you to apply these teachings in your daily life. Observe people with wisdom, be patient in forming opinions, and always seek to understand before judging. Let us cultivate compassion and mindfulness in how we interact with others, creating a world filled with deeper connections and kindness. Thank you for watching and supporting TT-Buddhism. Your time, engagement, and willingness to learn bring light to this journey of wisdom. If you found this video insightful, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more teachings from the Buddha. May you find peace, clarity, and wisdom in every step of your path. Take care, and see you in the next video.